This thing is tight. How it should be. Loosey goosey, bright and tight. We are going to be replacing the strut bearings on my airlift struts because they should be a little bit more firmer than that. These are loosey goosey, and I think this is where my little noise in the front has been coming from. These should be a lot stiffer. This one is a little bit stiffer, but it still shouldn't be that loose. So the only place that had the bearings in stock that wasn't $80 a bearing was in Russia. There was some in California, but they wanted $90 per bearing. And these were $35 plus shipping, so it was like $42. Now it took 2 weeks, but I'm going to give these a try before I spend $180 for 2 of them. So let's try to get them in. And I didn't measure the old ones that were in there, so let's hope that my Google searches proves that this is the size that I actually need. Alright, so first thing we want to do is remove the nut at the top of the strut mount. It is a 17 millimeter, and you do want to hold the bag, because if you don't hold the bag, then it's just going to rotate the whole bag. So hold the bag and commence to remove. Alright, if you have an impact, it'll make it easy. Then after that, it slides off. There is a, whatever you want to call it, on top, so don't lose that. And then there's also one on the bottom, so I'll just put that there. And what I normally would do is that I'll put everything back together. That way it lessens my chance of losing things or putting it back in correctly. Alright, so now we have the strut mount, and you can see the strut bearing in there, and it shouldn't move that easy. These new ones, I can't even budge it. So that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it is. The first step to removing it is to take these 4 Allen head screws loose. So let me find the Allen head that fits, and I will measure it with my caliper and let you know what size it is. It's a 2.5 millimeter Allen head. These bearings, they are a press fit, so I rented a ball joint press from the local parts store, and I'm going to use that to press the strut mount out. And it's going to press from the top to the bottom. Alright, this is my kit that I got from my hardware store. It's like a big seat clamp, basically. I'm just going to mount it in my vise. So I have a big 1.5 inch socket, and then that will allow me to center it up, and it allows the bearing to get enough room where it can drop down. Alright, got a socket that should do the job that we need it to do. There we go. There we go. Sound of success. All right. All right. So this is the old bearing. Now, one thing that I do want to do is I want to measure the dimensions of this strut bearing, because it is nowhere online to be found exactly what size it is. But I believe I got lucky, really lucky, because I spent no lie a week trying to figure out what size and the dimensions of these bearings. And when I did find it, nobody had them in stock. It's like they used this mystery bearing that nobody manufactures, and you can't find it if you need it. So let's get this old one measured up, but it looked like they are the exact same size, and I really do hope so, because if they're not, my feelings gonna be hurt. They're not the right size. It's 33 mils overall diameter, 18 mils inner diameter, 16 millimeters I guess tall, height or whatever. So the new ones, 33 OD, 16 tall, and they are 18 in the inside. So we have the exact same one. Now mind you, I paid $42 shipped for 2 of these. Airlift Performance wanted $60 each, and they didn't have an ETA on when they were going to get here. And the one place in California wanted $90 for one. So now that these are, we verified that they are the correct size. Let's press our new Russian bearing in. So we took it out, pressing it from the top down. We're going to put it in by pressing it from the bottom to the top. Now, one thing that's important is that you don't want to put any stress around this part. You want it to be all around the outside. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get the new bearing pressed in. Oh, I don't even need a wrench for that. Oh, that presses right in real nice. Okay. All right, so the new bearing is in. And you can see how much stiffer this one is than the old one. Bottom plate, strut bearing holding plate, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it. Installed. So all we want to do now is get it back installed on the strut. We're going to take the strut nut off. The top, whatever it is, we're going to slide this on like so. Take this top, whatever it is, slide it on there. With this top nut, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some blue loctite in hopes that it will help the nut not vibrate loose. And then we're going to send this bolt on its way. Oh my goodness. This one is a little, oh Jesus, is a, Jesus, is a, oh God. This one is a lot more stiff. Way more stiff. So this may be why my car had a little vibration, because the strut was doing whatever it wanted to. So between the new strut bearings and the new lower control arms and new sway bar, oh Jesus, and new sway bar end links, this thing should ride like new. Oh man, I can't wait. So, you know, that's how you replace strut bearings in the Airlift Strut. And I will leave the link of the bearings that I bought in the description below. But before I do that, I'm going to buy another set for myself just to have on standby. Because at $42 for 2 of them, you can't beat it. And this was a pretty simple procedure to switch them out. So guys, until next time, peace. Yo, check out the difference in these. I can do this with one hand. Like literally, loosey goosey right here, right? Check that out. Loosey goosey. This one right here, I have to literally, this thing is tight. How it should be. Loosey goosey, right and tight.